Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and we are back for Saints and Sinners 12th episode. I just had to look it up as always. We're back for some fun. Hopefully we descend to hell and we finally get out of Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate is such a horrible place to live. Hell has to be better than Baldur's Gate. So I've just been told we are out of Baldur's Gate, but we're trying to get to hell, because hell has to be better. I think that's the idea. So we have gotten out of Baldur's Gate. We are venturing out into the world and kind of trying to still figure out what the hell is going on and why kind of things. We've got a few ideas, but it's all weird. Just as a heads up, we're using Silencescape for our intro and for our break music and for our credits. So check them out at silencescape.com. They have an amazing Baldur's Gate specific sound set. It's really, really good. We use them for our Rise of the Runelords sound set we use the Rise of the Runelords sound set for the Rise of the Goblin Lord show. They have sound sets for D&D, Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, and several others, as well as a lot of generic stuff where you can custom put into your campaigns to really set the mood and set the scenes that you're running. So let's go to everybody and let's say hello. Oh. Hello, everybody.
Oh.
Hello, everybody.
How's it?
Yay! It's like there's people and they yay. So how
it always is.
Yep.
It always is that time of night where we always have to stream it in the exact time where it's tiresome for everyone.
Pretty much. We
need to be equally tired.
Yeah, exactly. We're all on equal footing.
Except for Will.
It's like 4:30. It's super late for me. PM.
Yeah, well, because you're now alerting when you're streaming. Like I got the alert of like 5 a.m. and then throughout the night, like every alert, because you've gone off then come back on, gone off then come back on.
That's only like twice. It's only today.
And then when I got up and then checked in on you, you're finally going. It's like, wow, you've been on for a long time. That was a long stream.
If it changes every time I change the title, then that's not my fault.
I know it's the bot, which we've finally got working for the actual damn channel. Oh, man.
Tell us how you really feel.
Nah, there's a TOS. So, how are we all going?
Okay.
We all good? We ready?
Good. So yeah,
I'm good to go.
Yeah, everyone's pretty much ready to go. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't done our introductions though.
Yeah, so let's do the well, actually, we'll do you can support the channel by donating to the channel and blah, 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 blah. So just give us money. It helps us fund for everything, including artwork and all the other stuff. It does quite help. We do have a system where you can, when you donate, it gives the characters essentially help, gives them a dice. So check that out. It helps. It's a lot. Like the details are all the way over there. Like I can't reach, but they're over there. So myself, my name's Karsh. I am playing Sir Warwick Thorne. He's pretty much a broken soldier. He is just an old soldier that has just been done with the world. And there's a lot more to go with it, but he doesn't really like religious people or religion as such.
He doesn't like people.
He does like. Well, no, he doesn't like people. You're right. Generally speaking, doesn't like to get close to people, but he does enjoy breaking those people. Like not everybody, just like the high and mighties. I think the highlight for my campaign so far is breaking Rhea a little bit, but the high priest was just touched me right there.
Was that you though? Was that you?
It wasn't. You did it. I was gonna drug Rhea. Oh, I was going to drug the high... Yeah.
What were we going to do?
You just jumped on the high priest and said, hold down Ray. I'm like, I had poison to stop her from killing us, which was my plan. Tactics.
So your plan is poison.
I think I liked Ash's plan better.
I'm liking Ash because Ash
So
is
much more the
full.
breakage. Anyway,
Anyway, Mr. Live Producer, you can do your intros.
okay. I'm Mr. Live Producer. I play your Dwarven Barbarian, BURLOCK UNGUART, who is having some fun as well, but more along the lines of he's getting answers to some questions he's been looking for a while now. And I'll be having to finish writing that soon, but yes.
As in,
It's all
your
up in here.
background.
Yes, I got my background all written up here. It's just, I hate typing.
Yeah, it doesn't do me much good if it's up there.
Yeah, no, it does. It does me lots of good.
If it's in your brain, it doesn't. It's not on paper. We don't know.
I'm a fucking mind reader.
But don't you know if you write things down, then it steals the words out of your head.
I need to
Exactly.
come up with a bunch of stuff because there's like a big gap.
Okay, well,
Ava's backstory.
let's go to Emmy then.
Hmm.
Hi, I'm Emmy Rabbit, but you guys can call me Emmy. I play Ava, the human monk, and since everyone's giving things about their characters, Ava's the happy-go-lucky one of the team, with some things going on there, but it takes a bit to figure it out because she hides it well.
Yeah, the only happy-go-lucky person in the group. Yeah. And you say you've got a gap in your backstory. My character's 50 years old. There's a bit of a gap there.
Well,
Joy's
I've got a
young
big
and-
gap from when she was from a certain age.
We don't need to need the born. You can skip that part for a while.
I think it's like a 10-year gap or something where I'm like, oh, I should probably write more about what happened there.
Nah.
She's only what, 20, is she? That's half her life, 10 years.
Yeah. Hence why I feel the need to fill that gap.
Fair.
All I
guess
know is she
that's
was
fair.
traveling and she met Burlock at some point.
Okay.
Mm.
That's all we need to know. Right?
Traveling salesman.
That's perfect.
Saleswoman. Will?
Yes. Hello, I'm Will. I play Ashe, the Fire Genasi Artificer. And yeah, she's a feisty, rough and tough, fiery personality person. And we've finally made it to Candlekeep. We're here. Oh my god, we're out of Baldur's Gate. So hooray. Surprise. Set pieces. Yeah. That's it for me.
And
Surprise! Random Jut and Scoop.
I'm Scope the Shinx, and I'm your dungeon master for this game. So if we're all set, let's kick things off. When last we left our heroes, Ashe the Genasi Artificer, Ava the Human Monk, Burlock the Dwarf Barbarian, and Warwick the Human Paladin, the party finally brought to light the treachery of the Van Thamper family. Unveiling their devilish conspiracy to the guard, they returned to collect their payment from Captain Zodge of the Flaming Fist, whereupon they met Liara Porter, took command of the Flaming Fist, and vowed to bring some semblance of law and order to the city. It was at this time when Thavius Krieg, the High Overseer of Elturel, and the man responsible for its downfall, was tried and executed by Rare Mantlemorn, Hellrider, and Knight of Elturel. Following this, the party finally left Baldur's Gate and set off for Candlekeep in search of answers, alongside Rare and Fallister Fisk, a representative of a scholar at the prestigious place of learning. After a quick scuffle on the road, where Warwick's fancy new shield was stolen, the party finally arrives at the gates of Candlekeep. Now, you see before you a grand city. It almost looks like a city. It's small, but the high walls and high towers of this place belie a place of affluence, wealth, and learning. And here, just a reminder, here's what it looks like. This towering collection of buildings rising upwards from the cliff out into the Sea of Swords, with a shining beacon on top. Pegasus and Griffin riders going in and out from high towers and landing platforms, carrying messages or other such things you can only imagine. And as
And
you
the
approach
ship.
the gates on and then there is a ship which is just in the bottom right corner. You can just see a ship held up, repurposed as some sort of building, it would seem.
I like the front of it. Kind of reminds me of like a Disney castle.
It's a little bit, yeah. It's very Disney castle. You approach, and the sight greets you long before you arrive, so you have time to just take in this spectacular view of this incredible construction. And finally, you arrive at the gatehouse, and you are greeted by what looks to be 3 monks in purple robes, a human, a stout dwarf, and a elf who's got very sort of flush, almost tan skin and long blonde hair. They each have holy symbols around their necks, which is a lit candle above an open eye. And as they approach, they notice you from quite a ways off. As they approach, the elf steps forward and says in common, "Welcome, weary travelers, to Candlekeep. Just so you are aware, we have a price for entry, which would be a book we don't have in our collection. So if you have something on you which can suffice, I would please happily display your submission before I would allow you entry."
Can you provide a list of what you have in your possession so we can compare our list? Just
I think it's a long list.
You're not incorrect. It would just be easier to see what you might have on you.
Look at Fallister. Go on.
I do have a couple things, but it's, stuff I'd rather not give away if entirely possible.
this is your city.
I think I have a couple of books.
We got Thurston's poetry.
Yeah, I put down my bag and I start going through stuff and I'm like, I have this book of poems.
It's pretty dark and pretty like.
The elf takes
pretty
it.
bad.
Just, regardless of any quality, knowledge is knowledge.
But it's rare because it's from the son of an patron of Baldur's Gate, and makes it even rarer that that person has also got a broken arm, and so will not be writing for very long. It's probably also in prison.
Apocalypto, eh? A fascinating title. And he kind of waves his hands over it, and his eyes sort of flash a glow. No, I believe we don't have this one. Very well. Welcome. And he gestures forwards, and the gates.
I'd be surprised if you did have that one because we stole it from some guy.
And then broke his arm. Well, broke his arm, then stole it.
Everyone just... We're getting inside. Just goddamn.
The gate opens before you, and you enter into a sort of courtyard area. There is a fountain in the middle, spraying water with sort of scholarly and mage-like figures holding aloft orbs whereupon water flows out, seemingly sourceless. And around you, you see what looks like shops and places that you would find in a regular town. You see bathhouses, clothiers, granaries, gardens, and even a pub, or an inn rather, just simply called the Hearth. And beyond that, there are a set of stairs leading up into the library proper and the sort of the center of learning. Fallister kind of wanders in and says, "Well, for now, make yourself at home. It has been a weary journey. I myself will go and find my lady Silvara, and I'll get back to you fairly soon. But I must check in on a few things."
Okay, where do you want to meet?
Shall we say, it won't take more than an hour, 2 hours at most. Let's just say meet in the Hearth. You can relax from the long journey. I'll be right back. And he heads off up the stairs. There are many, many figures here, all wearing sort of different kinds of robes and Cossacks. Many different races as well. You see humans, elves, dwarves, all sorts of different cultures all coming together to in this center of knowledge and learning.
Pretty cool.
So don't go to the bathhouse. It's going to be full of cultists.
We need to clean up.
We do.
It's not like. I mean, it's not like the cultists are even gonna. Whatever.
I'd say
Whatever.
get a room at the hearth, and let's go to the bathhouse. And I think we might need to clean up. I think you're right. I think I still got some of that Cambion blood on me.
It's with all of you and more bathhouses. All this goddamn. Whatever. It's fine. It's whatever.
It's being free of your earthly clothing, and then having to see the dwarf run around like that.
I suppose.
It's more being clean, but you know, I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Yeah. Cleaning's just
Let's go find a place to book a room at.
I think the hearth was the only thing that we could see. Let's go. March in.
You wander in, and it is quite a pleasant pub. There has a low ceiling supported by these massive wooden crossbeams and narrow shuttered windows. And in the center, there is a large fire pit where a large fire kind of raises up through, and the smoke pours out through a hole in the roof. And the tables are kind of layered in sort of a circumference around this fire. It's very warm, very pleasant, very homely. And it's quite busy as well. There's room for 30, and it's nearly full. You've arrived sort of around late lunchtime sort of time. It's about 3 p.m. And again, many, many different kinds of people. But one stands out amongst the rest. You see, kind of in the corner, the hulking figure of an ogre with a sort of weird diadem on his head, reading what in his hands looks like a teeny tiny book. It's probably a normal sized book, but in his giant hands, it looks very small. And he's just sort of hunched over in the corner with a set of small glasses reading.
Mm.
Oh my god, I love it.
That is just so weird.
I want to draw him so bad now.
Can we make it
Giant
Ava has a little
ogre.
sketch? Can we just make it Ava has a little sketchbook which just sketches all the stuff she sees on the travels?
If you want, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this is weird. We need to find somewhere to get rooms from. I've got find someone that looks like they work here and see if we can get some rooms for everybody.
There are serving maids kind of wandering around with platters of ale and food. And you kind of catch the attention of one. She says, yes, you just need to speak to the proprietor over there by the bar.
Bar, sounds good.
His name is Alexander. He'll
Bar,
attend you.
good, thank you.
You go up and you see a human man with this kind of salt and pepper beard, slicked back hair, sort of slightly sun-darkened skin, polishing a mug.
As all bartenders do, permanently.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder what happens to the clean mugs?
No, it's like it's the
They keep polishing them, I guess.
they're magical. They're always dirty. Morning, sir. Looking for some rooms if you've got any spare.
Yes, I do indeed. How many of you?
5?
Just 5,
Five.
right.
4.5.
Four,
I'm a dwarf.
4.5.
5.
Not quite. I know dwarven beds. We're not quite the halfling size. We do have sort of set up for different kinds of races. But no, for 5 of you, for how many nights are you thinking?
Oh, that's a good question.
One for the moment, probably a week, depending on how
Well,
things go.
We'll go 1 for now, and we'll update tomorrow.
So for all of you, that would be 10 gold, please.
Gold.
Ooh, okay.
I can take that out of the party fund.
It's quite
Yeah,
compared to
take it
Baldur's
on.
Gate. It's a lot. It's quite a bit pricier.
Okay, I'm gonna take it out of the.
Does that
party
include alcohol?
No, that does not include. That is just the beds. Food and drink are separate.
Baths separate?
Different establishment entirely. We don't run the baths here.
What about girls?
If you want that kind of a service, you're probably better off in Baldur's Gate.
Well, we just came from there.
Candle-
Well, we're not allowed back, but either way.
We are allowed back.
Not like
We-
we were
we were
banished.
It was suggested we would not come back.
No,
I
it was
turn away from the
suggested we
bartender
wait a
momentarily.
while.
Just, we were not allowed back. They told us not to come back.
They told us not to come back for a while. We just need a.
I think that a
Different.
while is like our lifespan here.
At most a fortnight, probably.
It's
Back
like,
then,
so yes, 1 day, 10 gold, dealt. Okay.
Yeah.
Ava, from the group's funding, if you'd like.
Yeah. Yeah.
but- Are you even good at math? Can you even?
I just took it away from the group's fund. 10
Alright.
gold.
Oh, Ava's the one
You-
that's.
You're led upstairs to a series of rooms, and there's quite a lot here actually. This is fairly, the tavern area, it's fairly large downstairs, but the upstairs, it kind of reaches backwards into the further buildings, and there are a lot of rooms. It seems to be quite busy for many visiting scholars or mages or the like, and the rooms are actually very nice compared to some of the stuff that you might be used to in Baldur's Gate, which are very basic wood. Here it's all lovely set up with stone. Each individual room has a small fireplace. The beds are not, very soft, but they're certainly softer than maybe what you're used to. It's very nice, small picture with some flowers on the windowsill.
I look at the.
As far as medieval inns go, it's one of the nicest you've been in.
I look over the room and I turn to everyone. I'm like, guys, I think this place is a bit out of our price range.
We just gave away or donated 70 days worth.
No, that was your
Of-
choice. I mean, what do you mean?
Well, this is
This-
1 day for 10 gold. We just donated like 700 of that, like 70 days of staying here. This is way out of our league. But we can't camp outside the gates because we need a new book to get in every single time.
Well,
Uh,
kinda keep it
Extortion.
just out of our price range.
Well, I'm sure they have more inns elsewhere.
Oh, we paid for a night already, right? Let's
Yeah.
just stay here for at least for.
We'll stay here
Or
for
we
a
want a
night
10
and figure
pounds,
out
so-
tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. What time of day is it?
It's sort of mid-afternoon.
Okay.
The answer there is drinking time. Goes back down, goes for an ale.
We haven't been drinking for a while. Let's go drinking.
Well, last time we were drinking, I saw someone else drinking, so I think we need to investigate that.
Let's drink. It's fine.
hmm
Let's go
Well,
I think we need to investigate Ash's drinking habits.
You head
By
on
drinking.
downstairs, and there is quite a wider selection of drinks here. You've got your standard ales and meads, but they also have cider here, which is uncommon in Baldur's Gate. Being they have sort of some spirits as well. It's some like for medieval times, like some actually very nice selection of drinks.
Just go for the cheap stuff and start the drinking.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
can
just
I-
noticed my cat. His bottom legs are pointed that way, and his front legs are pointed that way. He's completely twisted.
Burlock just takes an ale and just,
Yeah.
I
Can
wanted that cat.
The one with the wings, whatever. Can I get just spirits, please? With water.
Yes, we have some a spirit made from vodka, from potatoes, which is called vodka. We have gin. We have some vermouth. We have some mead. We have some braggot. We have, and he starts listing off like various different
Can I get just a taste of each, if possible? How much
taste
would
of
that- how much would that
taste of
cost?
each.
Well, just like a
Um,
little glass of
He
each.
kind of looks back and all the bottles lined up. That might.
Looking around. I wonder how many I can drink before we die.
I mean, it's 5. It's 5 silver a shot.
All right. Ava, do you mind if you use the party fund for this?
Dude. As much as I'm willing to help us get drunk, but
not for one of each. But how about we choose the 5 best that you have, and then we'll see where we'll go from there.
Not to be judgmental, but know that inebriation is heavily frowned upon in Candlekeep.
Oh no!
Just a word of advice.
Thank you. Your word has been taken and promptly noted down in my notes that I have in my hand somewhere. Oh yeah, so 5 of those sounds good to me.
Okay, that'll be 2 gold, 5 silver, please.
Of course.
yeah, I'll take it out of the party fund.
Thank you for the passing.
You get some whiskey. You get some rum. You get some gin. It's a nice selection of alcohols.
Actually, we'll make it 3 gold because I want a shot of something.
What takes your fancy?
Surprise me.
Very well. And he kind of goes around back and he pours out and says, This is a very special spirit made from fermented mushrooms. It is a speciality of the drow, from elves from the Underdark. He sort of hands it over. And you take a sip,
Ash?
and it's
Clink.
strong, it's potent,
Ash.
but it's got this kind of earthy flavor. It's got this almost it's almost like a, I don't want to say meaty because that doesn't sound appealing, but it's like you can taste the kind of a mushroomy flavor, but it's very aromatic. It's very rich and full-bodied.
Ooh, I like that.
Nice, that's nice. I drink all 5 shots and one after the other.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
And Burlock sits there with his mug of ale, just generic ale, just watching, going,
Ash,
Oh no.
Yeah,
Ash, I
Yeah.
know you're new to drinking,
"Oh no, no!"
but there's kind of a way of doing things.
yeah.
If you
after
go
that,
for
you
strong things, you need to take a break between. And spirits are the strong ones. You don't usually just line them up and down them all.
Oh, I start sprinting.
after that, you're not like stumbling, but you're a little tipsy. You're a little buzzed. It's
Is it a
just
fire?
like maybe it's the fact that you haven't eaten very much, and it coupled with the tiredness from the journey and the long battles of the previous few days, it gets to you quite quickly, and you're like, okay, those.
Yeah. How about we get some food, maybe a hearty meal for you and for everybody, and just see if that can settle down a little bit. A little bit of water for you, Ash, if you allow it.
Just got here.
I know. Just
Ash, do you want an ale?
I do. Yes.
Nice.
How
Do
many
you-
fingers am I holding up? And just continues to do this all the time.
Enough.
Does anyone else want an ale?
yes.
Rhea?
Rhea kind of looking, she chuckles. Sure, why not? Thank you.
Okay. 3 ales then.
I'll instead of paying everyone, I'll sort of you start up a
Some.
tab.
Yes.
Mm.
You start up a tab.
Sum it up
And
later.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
Get some hearty food for everybody, especially Ash.
There is actually a roast going on. There is a whole hog just behind the bar, sort of around the corner. You see a gnomish cook sort of turning a big roast, sort of whole hog on a spit, and he has to kind of jump a little at the top of each spin. But yeah, they are sort of carving it off and handing it out to patrons, and
Nice.
Roast sounds
there's
good.
there's like some roast vegetables to go alongside it, and it's some damn good food. Like this place, Candlekeep is ritzy. Like it's
Yeah, it's out of our price
really
range.
nice.
But we'll get a hearty food, get a roast for everybody, and Just try to slow Ash down in the drinking.
No.
No.
I like to nurse the ale, sit next to a fire, eat the pork.
Cheers, Ash.
Cheers.
Can I just? I wonder outside of handshakes, just drop get a shot of something and drop it into Ash's ale.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Please don't put us in debt.
To 20.
We're bad
Actually, you take the sip of your ale. It's a bit stronger than before. It's
Just in
that's
case.
Some
maybe it's your imagination, but it's
strong water. All good.
It's clean water from Candlekeep. Tastes a lot better than the stuff at Baldur's Gate.
This place
If
is
that could be classified as water.
much classier than Baldur's Gate. Better? Prefer Baldur's Gate's feel than
So do I.
there's people reading books in this bar. Are you really gonna say this is better? I think this is much worse.
It's been a while.
On the
since I read
upside,
a
it's
book.
not as bad as. And then I look at Ray and I don't go any further.
On the upside, we're not being attacked by cults in the last
it's
True.
hour.
We haven't been to
It
the
doesn't take the-
bathhouse though.
It doesn't take the large search of imagination to know you're about to say Elturel Warwick. I'm not an incomplete idiot.
Are you sure?
If we get you as drunk as Ash, maybe.
Yeah.
Sir.
Drink with me. I don't partake in this often. Come on, drink with me,
No,
Ray.
Yeah.
Share
Drink.
your
fine.
secrets.
No,
I
it's
won't
okay.
pace
It's okay, Ash. She
myself.
doesn't have to drink.
Oh, she
It's
doesn't
fine.
have to.
I'm happy to, but not. I don't want to lose my faculties. So, moderation.
You know what? It's always good to have at least one person who doesn't get drunk, just in case.
Excellent. Yes, you four, you enjoy yourselves by all means. I'd rather not get too.
Can I just do a listen to see if I hear anything that's going on?
Yeah,
Just
make a
stuff.
perception check.
Thank you. Just want to hear what's going on if anything's interesting.
Oh, nice.
You hear a lot of things.
Using them wrong.
A lot of, for lack of a better term, nerdy talk. Like, you see two scholars in the back shelf. And you see the applications of universal solvent might be far more wide than it's as a. And in another corner, it says dragon's blood is a fantastic catalyst for and it's just all this kind of chatter about various experiments and arcane stuff. It's all a bit.
Nothing related to the El Toro going bang?
No, nothing that you can hear right now.
Okay.
You get the idea that being scholars and mages, they're a little self-absorbed. They're a little insulated. They do what they do, and they don't pay attention much to the outside world.
And why do I get the feeling that we're a bunch of jocks in the nerds fraternity house, and we need to get them all drunk?
Okay.
Is there music in this place?
There was. I just forgot to loop it.
Playing a same song.
Yeah,
Alright.
there's just a small group of musicians playing in the corner.
I think we just pass our time and just at
Ava
some
gets
point.
drunk.
At some point, I would start to try to join the conversations.
Anyone who's drinking a lot, make a con save. Burlock with advantage.
I choose to fail.
I mean, that would just sure, yeah,
Because I just want to get drunk.
okay.
Um,
Burlock, you're fine. This stuff is you're used to far stronger than this, and far much more than this.
it's-
He's pacing himself. He knows stuff's going to go down. He's over the last couple of days, stuff's been crazy. He's just in that combat mindset, like sit down, relax, enjoy myself, but keep an eye on stuff. So, can I roll a perception check to see if anything's coming up on us? Just Burlock's just keep an eye on all the angles at the moment.
Yeah, roll again.
For perception with normal.
Yeah, normal.
Yep. Okay. Perception. Nope.
Nah, you're kind of
How the hell did I screw that up?
you're kind of tucking into like you at this point your meals arrived and you're busy eating, and it's again you're starving from like surviving on rations through this journey, and so you're not really paying attention when a hand lands on your shoulder. You kind of give a jump and you look up, and it's Fallister. He says, "I hope you're all enjoying yourselves." And he kind of looks at Rhea and at Ash and Ava and says, "Maybe a little bit too."
Come join us.
Well, yes. My mistress is awaiting our meeting. Did you were aware that this was going to happen? Yes.
Yeah.
I did say meet up in an hour. We'll go and discuss the puzzle box, which nearly killed you.
Oh yeah, I nearly died.
Oh yeah, I think you need a drink for that.
Almost.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
go. We need to pay our tab, and we need to go.
Okay.
I
You,
want to talk
tab-
to the intellectuals and have a discussion with them.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Unless you know about
Oh.
Dragon's Blood.
Yes,
Perhaps
of course.
later. Perhaps later.
Of course I know about Dragon's Blood.
Not being covered in Dragon's Blood. Come on.
Right.
That's just cultish
Follow
shit.
me.
Why would you be covered in...
Hang on, I need to pay our tab.
Okay. It comes to 30 gold.
Okay. I pay the tab.
You step outside of the tavern, and the music fades, and you're led by Fallister up the grand stone steps into the library proper. And it is quite incredible. For the majority of you, you've not seen a place this extravagant in all your time. The entranceway is this grand marble floor with arched, big arcing columns. And in the center is a large sort of bronze, almost statue, but it is a sphere surrounded by rings which slowly turn. And rings upon rings of different, and emblazoned in these rings are different spherical items, planets, stars, all turning gently, suspended in the air by nothing. And people walk under it and gaze up at it, and there are many, many paths going off in all sorts of different directions,
I wanna touch it.
and it's too high for you to reach.
Depends how high Ava is.
Anyone who wants to can make an Arcana check.
Oh yeah.
I just-
Or religion. This would be religion, most likely.
I just say that's some magic shit and just like, let's go.
It's not related to stone cunning, so yeah, the religion check.
At least for now.
Yeah, this, all three of you, it clicks in your mind that this is a not an exact representation, but a representation of the different inner and outer planes. See at the center, the prime material, the place that you call home. And you see a circle representing the ethereal plane, then the elemental planes of fire, water, air, and earth, the astral plane surrounding that, and then the outer planes. You have the upper planes of the celestial planes of Mount Celestia, the fields of, I forget the name, then going around to Pandemonium, Limbo, and all the way down to the 9 layers of Bato, or as you would know it colloquially, Hell, Stygia, and the Abyss, all turning in this pattern comprising many, many worlds. And even still yet, beyond those are different little points that's for most of you, you're not sure what those are, but they're also turning further afield of this grand display of existence.
Ava, can you draw that?
I don't have anything to draw on.
Walls?
Do you have any chalk?
Don't encourage her. Come on. We got work to
I
do.
think I do, actually. Oh, and Ash, no burning.
Burning? Oh, we should.
No,
burn
no
things?
burning in library. I think they might not like it.
I don't like to burn knowledge. I just burn books I don't like. It's different.
Yeah, that's okay. I can support that.
You are led on, and it is far quieter in here, as there's just the gentle rustling of pages, scholars walking in quiet, the voices reduced to a sort of hushed whisper. As you walk along passages, rows and rows of books, studies, there are small sort of benches and areas sitting outside where you look over courtyards, or little alcoves which look out over to the Sea of Swords or up and down the coast. It is quite a spectacular building.
Ava
And you
kind
walk-
of like leans over to Ash and she tries to whisper, but in her stupid state, like she can't really whisper, and she's like, "Ash, we need to be quiet."
As you kind of do that,
Quiet,
a couple of scholars walk past and they kind of like look at you and grumble and keep going.
I was being quiet, Chirpy.
Oh,
Shush.
you were.
I didn't say anything. Well, now I'm saying things, but it's different. But come on,
Okay.
just follow along. We have to follow the.
Shh.
Sorry.
It's just startling you. A female halfling walks past and just kind of shh, looks at things and looks up at you and then walks on.
Now they think we're dumb. Just follow the thief. Come on.
We are dumb.
He's not a
No,
thief. He's a
wait.
spy.
The whatever.
What?
Thank you.
Just correcting them. You're not a thief.
More like prisoner, but whatever.
Well, he was that. That's a
Exactly.
temporary vocation.
Of course.
Facilitator of knowledge.
You walk up.
Well, this is a library.
Yeah. You start to leave the sounds of the library behind. As you walk up, flights upon flights of stairs, it's actually quite nauseating. How it's like it's you're getting like, are we nearly there? But you keep climbing more stairs, going up spiral staircase and towers which branch off. This place is labyrinthine.
Sometimes
And finally,
I envy the Arakocra, like having wings to fly.
Hey, Stabby, how did you walk all this way and come and have a meeting and come back in an hour?
I think that
uh,
it took him all that time to get there and then come back.
there are ways for those who know them. We try and,
Teach us.
but you are. I don't like using this word. It seems so exclusionary and
Stupid?
gatekeeping. Outsiders.
But
You are not.
our outsider minds are now expanded with and relaxed with alcohol to allow us to learn far more.
That is not how inebriation works, but sure. Anyway, it's fine. We're nearly there. Just a couple more step flights. And you're led up, and you approach a wooden door, kind of set in this red and gold filigree. And he knocks on it, and there's it's silent for a moment, and there's the sound of scrabbling, and then the door opens, and at first you don't see anyone, and you look down and you see a very strange little green creature. Not let me find the handout. You see
A unicorn.
this, not quite. You see, where is it? You see this thing,
Pseudo dragon or something.
a little green
Oh god.
creature, and it says, "Ah, Forrester, hi. Hello, Jezebel. Could you please fetch the mistress? Yeah, sure. Who are they?
That
These
seems
are
creepy.
these are. Shut up, girl. Anyway, yeah,
I think he's
I'll go
cute.
get her right now. See you. Just wait there. They're guests, right? They're the ones you said. Yeah. Okay. Be right back. And he kind of scurries off inside. And
I think he's cute.
as you
I think
as
he
you
is creepy.
you wait for a sec, and as you head in, you are following behind is this tiefling woman. Red, crimson red skin, 2 horns which arc back on her head, black hair down to her shoulders, wearing a very elegant yellow dress which drapes down to the floor. She's got long sleeves in black and white, shoulder pads and a high collar, and a belt of what looks like pearls around her waist. And she walks up and says, "Fallister, I thank you. Greetings and salutations, my esteemed guests. I have much to thank for you. Please, do come in. Can I offer you something to drink? Some tea, perhaps?"
Nah, some water for the 2 drunkards here.
You're pretty.
Do you have?
Thank you. You're charming. Now, please,
Drunk, but yes,
Come
you are
in.
pretty.
Ale.
do come in. Not on the premises. You have to go to the hearth for that. But no, do come in.
No, they are drunk. Is what I was saying.
Jezebel, fetch these fine ladies and gents some water, if you please. And the little creature goes, "Yeah, water, right?" And he scurries off. Don't mind her. She's adds a little bit of chaos to my life that makes it also exciting. It can get quite dull cooped up in here. But no, I believe you have something to show me.
Oh no, we gave the book of poems to the front gate. Sorry.
Oh wait, no, we have the.
Don't
the
be
box.
coy.
Do I still have the box? Or did someone else take it off me?
We took it off your body.
Yeah, we took it off you since you almost tried to kill
I've
yourself.
got it on my character sheet, so I've got it apparently.
Yep.
I show her the Mortlock's the troll doll. For Mortlock.
That's interesting.
No, the box,
Look,
the
the
one
box.
that
Oh,
nearly
the other
killed
one.
me.
Oh, yes. The one
Box.
that now says "Do not touch." Yes. I pull out the.
You tried to
comics?
open. You tried to open it.
Yeah.
didn't you?
I did not try to open it. Look at Ava. Did not try to
It
open
gave me a
the book.
headache.
I'm surprised it
killed
didn't
her.
do worse. Those are, really, that's concerning. Regardless,
Apparently, I stopped breathing, but I'm good now.
yes, these things are quite enchanted to be quite hazardous to get into. I specialize in infernal scripts and contracts and things, so I'm quite equipped to handle this. But do exercise a modicum of caution should you come across anything remotely infertile in the future. I would implore you.
Well, we had a
Don't
run-in
make
with
those
a
mistakes.
Cambion.
You are very lucky to be able to make that mistake twice. I should just put that out there.
We had a run-in
well,
with
that's
a devil or demon or something.
It's a lot of things. This is from Thavius Krieg, the so-called savior of El-Turel.
Yes, yes. I have been.
Former
I
savior.
well, I will. I will make no qualms about it. I confess I have been suspicious of the High Overseer for quite a long time.
Former.
No one wanted to. Former. I suppose is he? And the rare points up. He's dead. I executed him for his crimes. Noted.
Lots of blood.
Yeah. No one wanted to hear me for my concerns because, I mean, he was regarded as a hero. He saved his nation from an undead scourge, and he brought about the entire holy nation of Eltegard. But I have suspicions that he may have struck a deal, and I believe that evidence is inside that box, which is why I sent Fallister, rather, excuse me, Fallister to retrieve it. And I'm glad you've brought it to me with his assistance. So, may I have it? And she holds out her hand.
Is there payment?
Perhaps.
Grab it from you and I put it in her hand.
Thank you kindly. Jezebel, in the little closet. Yeah. Fetch me that liquid, the dark brown one, you know? Yes. She runs off and comes back with a flask of this dull, viscous liquid. And I would advise everyone to stand back. And she takes this liquid and pours it, and it fills the cracks of this puzzle box. And she closes her eyes and starts to chant some words of power. And before long, you see the symbols flare and rise as the box is lifted into the air. And there's art for this.
Ooh.
Ooh.
She gestures out and the box rises and there is a sheet, a leaflet, rises up out of the box and it clatters to the ground and there is silence. And she gingerly picks it up, glances at it. That's what I thought. She hands it off to one of you. Does anyone here speak Infernal?
No.
I do.
I do look
Okay.
at the paper though.
I just want to
You
point
cannot-
out before you go, the closet in the picture looks awesome.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah,
She does. look
Tash,
cute, too.
you have the handout now because you can read it. No, everyone else who tries to, it's gibberish to you. It's these infernal scrawlings of a language you don't understand.
Guys, I
But
think
under additional images and player handouts, Kash, you should be able to see.
I'm
Knew
more
that was
drunk than I
couldn't
thought I
read.
was.
You just
What does it say, soldier? What does it say?
Just give me a moment. These old eyes haven't been reading for a while. Been a long time since I've done my study.
please, Warwick. Rhea pipes up. Please, could you just read it?
Davius Creed, High Overseer, Elturel, sworn by my master, a very bad person of Avernus, to keep this agreement contained within this oath, submit to bad person again, all matters and for all time, place her above all creatures, living, dead, blah, blah, blah. We'll obey her, etc., 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 etc. Recognize the dispensation of this device called the Star Insidiator. Something.
Solar Insidiator.
Yeah, it's a big solar. Yeah, big name. Hereafter called the Companion. That's what we know it of. In my capacity as the High Lord Overseer, blah 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 blah, and vassal territories. I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light. Okay, this is where it gets bad. Forfeit to bad person. All persons bound by oath to defend the place are also considered forfeit. And I just turn to Rhea.
Her eyes kind of go wide, and she, as you say that, all bound to oath to defend she kind of lets out a breath and kind of she almost collapses, but Fallister kind of catches her and she goes,
Okay. There's more. Further recognise that dispensation will last 50 years, after which the companion will return from hence it came, taking Elturel and its oath-bound defenders with it. If that is the bad person's wish.
You say that, who, bad person, who?
Zariel? Yeah. Bad person. Well, yeah.
Zario, but that's
Quick question: have you actually taken your oath, or were
Yes.
you in training for oath?
no. Every citizen of Elturel takes the oath as soon as they can read.
Oh,
Once you can
Bum.
read and write, you take the oath, the creed resolute, which binds you to the city to defend it. Every man, woman, and child.
Yep. Even people visiting and coming to live there, which is why I didn't want to stay.
Well, not
Quick
that's not
question.
entirely accurate. But if you wanted to become a citizen,
Yeah.
then
I assume, Warwick, you didn't take the oath then?
I don't take orders from people. Even in Baldur's Gate, why would I take orders from people that are high and mighty and religious? Sorry, but that's just my point of view.
I just don't want to get stabbed in the back again.
I've been collecting the cultist daggers. Does that mean I'm the cultist? No.
Undercover boss, maybe.
Yes,
point,
I am
sort of-
Zariel. No.
Anyway, keep reading. What else is there? Anything else in the
just
document?
signed by the Git, the now former Git.
Would the death of the person negate the contract?
Nah, forever after. Blah 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 blah. It's
Bum.
pretty clear. Everlasting pledge. Yep.
Rhea stands up at this point and she wipes tears from her eyes, and there is a grit and venom to her voice. If Zariel wants my soul, she's welcome to try and take it.
At least we know who we're getting the city back from now.
On the upside, there's refugees which have also sworn, and I can assume that they haven't been taken. So, and you haven't been taken. So, it
But
may have
even
just been
now-
those within.
Even now, I feel this imperative need to return. Beyond rationale, beyond the city's calling to me and pulling me towards it.
Do we need to
Yeah.
handcuff you to a pole?
No. I fully
We can
intend
do
to
it.
return.
Which is what it wants.
I must. Well, I can't abandon it. To
But if you-
abandon it would be to abandon myself, and
But if you,
I would end up I would end up like. No, I would. I don't.
you'd end
that's-
up like me. You can say it. It's okay.
Crazy.
If it works for you, it works for you.
It
I
does.
don't want that for myself.
I can teach you how. I can teach it to work for you as well.
I don't
I
want that for
mean,
myself.
Technically, it might end up like me too, but
You could be chirpier.
yeah.
How much time did it say?
Didn't.
No, when is it going to happen?
It's
You
happened.
said- It's happening now.
No, it's already
No,
happened.
it's already happened. The companion thing falling.
That's why
If I may-
Elturel disappeared.
At this point, Silvira takes back the contract from you, Warwick, and she says, "No, what it seems to say is that it was 50 years ago that the companion was brought forth, and so I think its entire purpose was to last 50 years before returning to Avernus. I mean, that's what I infer from this, at
Mhm.
least.
And when it returns, it takes all those within its light and all those sworn to defend the city with it. Yeah.
But why
So it's already
didn't
happened.
it- why didn't it take everyone then?
But it's trying to still. Didn't you hear? Like, it's trying to pull her still
Yeah.
and draw her in.
Still trying to pull Rhea right now.
Yeah.
All those refugees as well.
Yep.
The people you don't gold to, Warwick.
Well,
Well, we
We're
just
just
paid.
gonna go back there.
We just paid for
Well,
the
you know
for the
what?
traveling
You know
funds.
what? You
if
know
they
what?
know.
We know who to go beat up now. So
He's lost his head.
So you want to go
My-
beat up one of the leaders of hell?
yeah, bring it on.
Not just the elite of hell. Silvira pikes up. Zariel, from what I know, is one of the Lords of the Nine.
Yeah. Which sounds bigger.
She is of the 9 highest Bazatu in the entire plane.
Sorry.
So you might
Well,
have to be
what's a-
sober if you face them.
So 1 out of 9. There's 9, at least 9 of them. But
Oh, yeah, being
Over the last
sober
one,
might
right?
help, but-
The ninth of the nine.
Possibly.
Mhm.
As-
See, if I had my shield, then we could have faced them.
if you told us about the shield, we could have
It had a
protected it.
celestial in it. I'm not going to tell you about that
Why would you not tell us about that?
because you could have tried to steal it and tried to do
I'm
things and torture it.
Pardon me, shield.
Yes.
He had a magic shield.
It's
And he
the
didn't tell
same-
us about it.
Phallus
And
are the
then-
same one you described. The very same.
Falster.
I
And then
believe
Then a Cambion or whatever the hell it was came and took it.
he kind of holds up a small stone. Says, I make sure to keep my lady informed. And I
See-
didn't want to.
That's why I corrected. You're not a thief. You're a spy.
Correct.
Why? Why did you need to go off to organize the meeting if you could have just contacted her?
I think you went to the bathhouse.
Because this is it's only good for once use per day.
Oh.
Plus, we were bringing the puzzle
It allows for one use of the spending spell every day, and I'd used it already. So
I think he just went to the bathhouse. So he smells like
Anyway.
perfume.
Were you
I-
telling them all our secrets?
Savara pikes up. If that shield, now tell me, Warwick was it?
Yes.
Did the shield speak to you?
Just a little bit.
And you was taken from you
Yes.
by whom?
What more than who?
Regardless, what took it from you?
Something big, demonic, flying, powerful. And then even when the gods tried to stop it from doing anything, it still buggered off somewhere else.
That
Yeah,
shield is.
Hmm?
If it's the shield, I believe it is, and I strongly believe it is because from all the evidence, it's irrefutable. That was known as the Shield of the Hidden Lord.
That sounds familiar.
The Hidden Lord,
Was it celestial?
Gargoth, was a pit fiend.
No, it was celestial. He told me it was a celestial.
He was a liar
Ew.
as well in that
It
case.
lied to you, bro.
Why celestials don't lie?
Pit fiends do.
I don't know if you're being deliberately.
Sorry,
whatever.
He doesn't have a drink yet. He's a little bit dumb without his drink.
It was more than just a pit fiend. It amassed a following on the material plane and became a sort of demigod. I don't know how it came to be trapped within that shield. It lost much of its power, but there was a group who were trying to protect it. I believe the Hune family of Baldur's Gate was implicated. They have kept it for a while. But that thing is dangerous. That thing corrupts.
It could.
And if it's missing, I dread to think where it's ended up.
I want it back.
It's probably a good thing that it got stolen from us, because otherwise it would have corrupted us. Sorry.
I mean, we're all pretty shit
When,
anyways.
when
But it
you've
needs-
gone
it
so
did-
far
it-
down
if
as
it
I
is not-
have, you can't be corrupted because there's nothing left.
You would be surprised, my friend. Regardless,
I mean-
even it needs to be locked away.
You say
It's locked away.
you say
Lock
that
the
you
shield.
went down. You say
I
that
I was counting on the fact that you'd bring it here. I was counting on
Were you
that.
going to take it from me?
I was, as a matter of fact.
You were going to steal my
Because
shield.
it is
also
I was
how-
going to I was going to appropriate your shield for your own safety and for the safety of thousands. That needs to be
Also-
locked away somewhere transdimensional, a pocket dimension where it cannot corrupt anyone.
So how dangerous is
Also,
this?
Warwick, how far could you have fallen given the fact that you gave lots of poor people money?
Yeah, this
Money doesn't
this-
do anything. Why would I don't care about money. As long as I
You
can,
still gave them money.
I sleep on the street. I get kicked out of bars because I don't have money. But I don't. Why do you need money?
Yeah, but you
Doesn't mean anything. Which is why when the person tried to steal the money, I wasn't going to kill him. I wasn't going to blow him up. I wasn't going to just blow up the entire neighborhood. I just wanted to ask for it, and then that was all.
see.
I didn't care that he stole. I
That
didn't.
that is why you're a good person.
No.
Warwick, you're a good person.
But either way, we've either had it stolen from one group, or we're going to have it stolen from someone else.
But whoever stole it from you has probably very wicked intentions for it.
Question.
Not much to be done now. I suppose my search will have to continue, but
Would that shield still be under a contract like what we just read? Which
I
could
don't imagine so. I mean,
would it cause the same kind of issue for Baldur's Gate than it did for Elturel with the companion?
that may have been the intention. They may have wanted to use that shield as a corrupting agent to assist in a potential downfall for Baldur's Gate.
Is that why Baldur's Gate is so shit?
No, I think
There are
Baldur's
many,
Gate's just
many
normally like that.
Fallister pipe, so there are many different factors for why Baldur's Gate is shit. Perhaps the shield is just one of many. Quite.
Well, it did tell me that it did tell me someone was trying to get it out, but it couldn't do it because they weren't good enough. That's why I was trying to help. I mean, if I could get the Celestial out, then that would have made something.
I
It's not for the celestial, Warwick. It's not a celestial.
Warwick, bro, you've been tricked. It wasn't a
Did you
celestial.
see the face on the shield? It was the ugliest
It was-
thing I've ever seen. Your own face.
Being tortured.
Ah.
Mhm.
Mm.
DM, can I roll a religion check to see if I've heard about this character, the person who was in the shield before?
That'll be a knowledge, a religion check.
Okay, so what would work better? I'll do religion.
Yeah, Warwick, bro, you got tricked.
No, short of what you've just been told, you've no idea.
So, what is our plan now then? Rhea,
Well-
what are you doing?
I know what I'm doing. I am going to return to my home city, and I will find a way to break this contract.
Yeah, I'm gonna help
It's-
you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because thank you. And she kind of puts her hand out and puts her hand on your shoulder, Ava. Truly, thank you. I cannot. I know it's selfish for me to say this, but I can't do this alone.
Raya, you realize she's really drunk right now.
I think Trippy would have said yes, even if she was completely sober.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. But you're also really drunk right now. Well, at least you tried to.
Well, if you intend to truly descend, I might have something which could be of use to you.
A shield with a
And,
celestial in it?
Not quite.
Worth a try, 'cause you were going to steal mine.
There is only one such map known to exist in Candlekeep of this. And it might not be reliable, and the creator went mad making it. But I do have a very roundabout map of the first plane of Bata. And if I can just find it in these lists of here we go.
Just rifling through all the.
I was just saying.
Yeah, she goes through and she starts rifling through all her
Yeah, ask Jezebel to give her a hand.
why that's not used because it's bloody got the labels on it. I don't want the one with labels on it. Don't want it to spoil anything. All right, I'll do this then. She hands you a map, and it is of a blighted red landscape. Here we go. Here we go.
I think I've got the map. Is it the same one that comes in the box, the dice box?
It is. It should be. Yes, I believe so.
I don't have my dice box with me.
Here we go.
Oh.
Yep, same one.
A map of a blighted red landscape, a red river flowing through it, and you see it before you. All sorts of iconography and symbols and things. It's quite a sight to behold. From what I know of this place, is that physical space is fluctuating. So this map is not accurate. It's, you might take a day to get from A to B and then go back in the same direction and it'll take you 5 days. Or it'll take you somewhere else entirely.
So maybe if we had it drawn up by someone that wasn't crazy, would be more accurate?
I think it was the act of drawing it up that sent him crazy.
Where?
I commend his efforts and his sacrifice in documenting this place, but
I look.
she kind of rolls it up and hands it to you, Ava. I'll entrust it to you.
Oh, she'll read it.
I look at it. Where's El Terrell on this?
It wouldn't have been added. This was made long before. This was made a while ago.
Well,
I have to find it.
No.
I can.
This is unholy.
I can.
Yeah, it's hell.
Planar travel is actually restricted in Candlekeep. There are wards to prevent teleportation in and out. But I know someone who can help. There is a friend of mine, a very, very eccentric wizard who lives in a sort of private tower to the south of here. His name is Traxagor. He owes me a fairly large favor, and he specializes in planar travel. And perhaps he could help you. Traxagor, with a
You're better spelling than I did.
Yeah. Oops, that was caps.
Yeah.
You're shouting!
2 acts ago.
So here's the map I prepared earlier, which is why I was asking specifically if it was this map. I've got it on the overlay.
Okay.
That's why I was specifically asking, is it this one? Yeah, because I had this set up.
I see.
Yes, he's quite the odd fellow. That's the understatement of the century. But he is indispensable, and his knowledge of the planes is unparalleled. He could provide you the means to transport there directly into the city itself.
And the way back.
if you should, in theory, yes.
Because that's the important part. Like, there's no use going on a holiday and then not having enough money to get back afterwards. That's why people end up in Baldur's Gate.
I
They go to Baldur's Gate on holiday.
Well,
I did.
the return trip by boat ends up in Baldur's Gate and being sold as slavery because you don't have enough money to get back.
I don't understand why you keep talking so much garbage about Baldur's Gate, but you called it your home or your place of living. Why do you talk so much garbage about it if you just stayed there?
My
Why not
home
leave?
and place and living is wherever I am. So currently, Candlekeep is my home and place of living.
Then stay here. Then stay here. Talk to the intellectuals that you want to talk to at the bar. Just stay here. I do not appreciate you trash talking Baldur's Gate.
I've probably even got one of my books here.
You
Then
have
let's
a book?
I had a different life.
I want to find this book.
Anyway, this person's called Traxagor, is what you said?
yes.
They
He's
can take us to El Toro, if it's fallen, of course.
indeed. I will organize for you transportation there. Does transportation by Griffin sound appeasing?
Yes.
Can't afford dragon? Just kidding. Yeah, Griffin's fun.
Yeah, no, his tower cannot be reached from the ground. You must approach by air. I will organize that for you. When
Can we have a day?
when would you like to?
Two.
As soon
We,
as possible.
Tomorrow then?
I would like some rest.
Understandable.
We also kind of already paid for a room. But
That's for one day, but
Single day.
yeah.
Well,
Uh,
I wish you all the best. Well, I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow then, and I'll get that organized in the meantime. Until then, I have some studying I need to do. Perhaps help. I can't come with you, but I can perhaps find some information here.
about you, Fallister, are you coming with us?
Oh gods, no! Are you kidding me? No. My place is here. I operate from Candlekeep. You know.
yes, but you venture out to gather knowledge. I'm sure there's going to be lots of knowledge.
Knowledge. I mean, it's knowledge on the prime material. There's plenty of knowledge and information I can gather here.
Well, at least we know.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna miss you, Fallister.
And I'll miss you too, Ava. It was a pleasure, particularly because you saved my life. Not in the least bit because of that, but no, it has been.
Can I have
fun,
my daggers
I
back then?
suppose. Yes, very well. And he will take out the daggers and hand them back.
Yay, I get my cult daggers back.
Your mundane daggers.
They're still cult daggers.
They're called daggers.
The
But
mundane
that's-
daggers that you stole from a cult.
Yes.
And I've got this broken dagger as well.
All right.
And I've
We're
got
leaving
the
tomorrow,
boots.
yes. We're leaving tomorrow then, yes?
Tomorrow.
Do we have to leave?
Yeah,
tomorrow?
As I'm
library.
aware.
Just got here.
Is there a library? we could stop?
Red. You are
I know where
in
you want to
the
go.
biggest library in Faerun. There's any topic you could possibly want. We have it.
Sorry.
Not all of it's open to the public, but
Wait, do we have
Let me restate that question then. Can you give me all the books about all of this stuff? Sorry, I didn't mean to ask if this is a library. I meant to ask, can you organize all the books in a single stack so I can read them?
There's a lot of books.
We might have to go
Um,
searching.
They must
My-
have some sorting system.
it's a sort of arcane storing system. Usually we use the a spell of location to find what we may be looking for.
All right.
What topics are you interested in?
Military strategy,
know specifically
I-
about
I want
Avernus.
to read Warwick's
Zaria.
books.
Yeah, if they can find her book for Chubby over there. I want Zario. I want Zario. I want Avernus. You said the 9 masters or whatever, the 9 hells of some kind. I want that.
Yes.
We only need
And then
one
I
of
also-
them.
There will be a. I can probably find you a general book overviewing plane of barter. Yeah.
Perfect. I want the shield. I want anything about demons, devils, whatever they have. Those things. We need to learn how to fight those things because they are not easy to deal with. And that's it.
Is there a way that we can improve our weaponry? If we're going down to the depths of Avernus, we need to be prepared. We need to have a way to hurt these people.
Do you have silver blacksmiths here? Ones that work the silver?
We do indeed, actually. That's. I can. It's expensive, but I could probably call in a couple favors to get a reduction for you.
Oh, you're so nice.
I
And
mean, you are quite literally throwing yourselves into hellfire for this. And Rhea kind of turns and says, "Are you entirely sure you're prepared to come with me? I mean, I'm eternally grateful, but
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we've got some time. We could still decide not to do this. Is everyone on board? Because right now, we have to do this. I have
Not
to do
really, but
this. Okay, so Warwick is out.
I
Alright, get out of here. Leave all your equipment here.
but I can't really go back to Baldur's Gate now because of all
Well,
this.
You just said
Question.
Everywhere's your home.
It is.
Congratulations.
It is.
You're now resident of Candlekeep.
I'd rather not be a resident of Candlekeep though. And if Baldur's Gate's pretty much the shittest place, of Faerun, then the next place would probably be Hell.
Listen.
So it looks like Hell is going to be my next. Oh well, it's a downward spiral.
Listen, Warwick. You need to protect your home. It's important.
For those who are sacrificed in the name of the Blood Three, where would their souls travel after they died?
Well,
you asking this?
depending on your on
No,
your
I'm asking this
faith.
to well, if they were killed in a way to make them sacrificed, to
Well,
travel their souls to the evilness of everything, would they be there in hell?
I know. Unlikely. I do know of some awful weapons which can bind your soul to a plane, but if they had a god that they worship, then
No.
they would. It's hard to say, knowing the specifics. I
So they
imagine
were
if
killed.
they were people of virtue, then they would probably be led to a plane of goodness.
My wife was killed. The sign was on the door.
I'm so sorry.
Their bloodied head was on a pike on my bed. If any way to retrieve their souls from any evilness place that they may have been sent to, I will go down there. I will look into the eyes of anyone. Take my hammer and smash their skulls.
I think
I'm
we
sorry.
need to just
I lost. Isabel, would you kindly get me a beer or something?
So,
I need to.
Yeah, man, it looks like you fucking need it. And
A small little chuckle comes out. Yes, I do need it. Thank you.
And the closet dashes off.
just
comes-
Thank you. I'll be back in a few minutes. Burlock just goes into the back corner, starts quietly weeping, drinking a beer.
Roll that.
After you finish the beer, I go and give you my dagger. Take the bottom off the handle. It's got spirits in it.
I'm gonna. Ava goes and gives to comfort Burlock.
I'm gonna go to the library.
Okay.
So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a journey, it seems, and I think we might have some people invested in this journey a bit more than others. But I also think we might need some research. So I know, Raya, you want to do this ASAP. I know it's very personal to you and look over to the dwarf. But we may need some research because we are going in over our heads. As you said, we're literally throwing ourselves into hell. So,
as you Silvira approaches you, Burlock, and just kind of crouches down next to you and puts a hand on her shoulder. What I know of the afterlife goes as follows. Departed souls venture into the ethereal plane, whereupon they reach the fugue plane. It is a place of transition until the next step. Do you know Kalimvor? Kalimvor is a god that presides over the dead and this fugue plane. And with his judgment, it is the intention that they will be taken to a place deserving of their virtue or lack thereof in life. Now, if your wife was a virtuous woman, and by the way you speak highly of her and your passion for her, I can infer that she was, then I do believe that she will be taken to a virtuous plane of existence.
I would like to believe that, but
the fact that we may never know is a burden that everyone will bear. For it is widely known that and accepted that upon the transition, your memories of your previous life fade away and you become one with the plane of your final arrival. So it is hard to find, but if she was a good person,
she married me, didn't she?
Yes.
No one of right mind would marry someone like me. But thank you.
Perhaps. I mean, was she? Did she follow dwarven tradition fairly strongly?
As much as could be done where we lived.
There is a plane called Morden Salmon. The Morden Salmon, I mean, you would know that word to be the dwarven for Shield Brothers on High. And there is, in Mount Celestia, there is the place known as Dwarf Home. So perhaps she's there.
I can only hope.
And she kind of sort of squeezes your shoulder a bit, taps and
Hand
stands
goes
up.
there, squeezes it. Thank
Ava
you.
just gives Burlock a hug.
Thank you. Either way, I'm not going to rest until I know what's happened. I might have answers.
Right.
Answers I've been searching for a long time.
Bullock, just give yourself a point of inspiration.
Okay.
And so, with this somber mood, this silent determination, you head back down through the long winding stairways in contemplative thought, going your separate ways for now to convene in the morning, and we'll take a break right there.
Okay.
Good. Alrighty.
That got dark. Tragic backstory.
Much heavier.
Backstory.
Much heavier. Much heavier.
I missed half of it because my dad came in the room and I was like, nah.
Now you can watch the VOD. Reminder everyone in chat, watch the VOD. It'll go up probably when next couple of
It
days.
will go up soon. We still haven't
Yep.
done the goblins one, but yeah, it'll go up soon.
Yep.
And don't forget to subscribe and all this stuff on YouTube. Yay!
Don't forget to hit that bell.
Yeah, because you still won't get notified.
Okay.
Don't get notified if you subscribe. You don't always get notified even if you have the bell notification, which is just another reason to get notified. Anyway, so
YouTube.
yeah, we'll be back shortly and hopefully a bit more lighter. Yeah, that was very dark, very very dark. So yeah, I'll just prep my sounds and everything, and yeah, we'll be back shortly. Bye. Hi, thanks for sticking with us. We are back for our second part of our burning down the library, maybe? Maybe not. Okay, let's go back into everybody. Hi, we're back.
Hello.
You should
So-
you should call this episode "Burning Down the Library" just to confuse people.
Yes!
Oh no.
Yes!
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, or what's the Fahrenheit movie? Oh, is that too bad? Or is that just too... No?
Fahrenheit 251.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit D&D
451.
451.
Yeah, would that be bad?
Great book. Go and read it.
No.
I think I've seen the movie.
No. Read the book.
I think I've seen the movie.
Anyways.
Anyways, as we do head off, I take Ava aside and just like, look, my life has been a bit different. I'm not what I used to be, and when I was younger, I was a little bit of a scholar. Had to do a lot of study, a lot of this and that, and in that, well, yes, I wrote a book, so that's probably just. It's only just about tactics and about a battle that happened. It's nothing important.
I still want to read it because I want to support my friends. So I'm gonna read it.
Do you want to support them? It's not. If you buy the book, they're not going to sell. They're not going to sell your book. It's not a supportive thing here.
Oh yeah,
All right. So,
I still want.
as you have the rest of the afternoon as a small portion of downtime in this grand library, what is everyone wanting to do? So let's start with Ash, because you had a specific thing you were looking for.
Yes, I wanted to find specific information about where we're going. So I wanted to find stuff about Avernus. You call it was the 9 lords or 9 hells?
The line lords of Beata.
Beata. Yes, I want to know about
Beata.
that.
So,
Yeah.
roll me an investigation check.
Sure. I'm
I'll-
good at these. I
I'll
think.
help. I'll be doing it. Oh,
All right. In that case, roll with advantage.
yeah.
19. You do ask around, and eventually you do find a book on the Beata, which is another name for the hell, essentially. The proper name for the 9 layers of hell is Beata. And inside you find brief descriptions of each of the 9 layers.
Okay.
So the top layer, the first layer, is Avernus. And it is once described as a plane of temptation, now torn apart by the Blood War. It is barren. The meteors constantly fall from the sky. It is a huge, colossal battleground now. And
Actually, I think we might need to look into this Blood War thing, because that's also been mentioned a few times.
The book you read says that it's quite an old book, and according to that book, the Lord of Avernus is in fact a archdevil called Bel, B-E-L. Whether or not that is up to date or not, you don't know.
B-L-L?
B-E-L.
No, wait.
Bel.
But didn't the contract say?
This is a fairly old book.
I think the patron of the Hell Riders has taken over.
Oh. Does that
The second layer
Okay.
is called Dis, D-I-S.
Yeah, yes.
It is another barren plain, little more than black stagnant rivers, but it culminates. The sort of established center of this plain is a place called the Iron City. It is a colossal fortress, lorded over by an archdevil called Disparta.
Okay.
Third level, Minorus, is an endless bog of vile pollution and decay, ruled over by an archdevil called Mammon.
That's where Baldur's Gate's going to be going.
As I keep reading like down the layers and layers and layers, I'm just kind of like, all right, we don't really care about Avernus. I close the book.
Yeah. So I think we need to look into the Blood War though, because that's also been mentioned. Soldiers for the Blood War.
Well, it says the archdevil's name is Bel, but didn't that contract you read say someone else?
Yeah, Zario.
Zario?
Yeah.
Who is Zario?
Wasn't Zario the leader of the celestial leader of the Hell Riders?
Was Zario actually celestial before?
I think
Can
that
a
was the idea.
Become?
Well, apparently my
Devil?
shield was a celestial and bad.
You look around for more information on this, but with that investigation, you come up short. There seems to be very little information on very little current information about the state of. There are history books of Elturel which do mention Zariel, but they mention her as a celestial, an angel who led almost a cavalry charge into Avernus, and was never seen from again.
Because she took over and now she leads it.
Yeah, okay. Angel, so she was an angel of some kind. All right. Blood War and how to fight devils / demons.
Well, that
Blood
might be
War.
one.
In the same book you found, this is a kind of a big, essentially big book of the hells. You do find that devils have resistances to fire and poison in particular. That those things don't affect them. They have resistance against magic, as in they are more hardy and can resist the magical effects of spells with greater ease, and have resistance to non-magical weapons which are not silvered.
Okay. Oh.
And finally, you learn that the Blood War is this struggle between the forces of hell and the forces of the abyss. a battle which has varied from, depending on which side, it is pushed back and forth between the lower planes, occasionally in Avernus, then pushed back through the neutral evil planes of Stygia, and then finally sometimes back to the Abyss, but then there's never any final conclusion. It goes back and forth and back and forth. And there is the writings of one archmage by the name of Mordenkainen. He suggests that this balance must never be broken. There must never be a victory on either side, because to do so would allow the winning party to go on to conquer the rest of creation.
Smart idea. Keep them busy fighting each other instead of fighting us.
How old is the book? Is this recent or is
That's this Book of the Hells? It's about 150 years old.
So we don't even know if the Blood War is still going on. It could be finished.
I would say if the Blood War was finished, then we would then be dead. But then they turn their attention to us. If they keep on fighting each other, then they don't have much attention on us. Where, yes, they're here, they're doing stuff, but they're not just destroying the entire Faerun. So that would be bad.
It would be not good.
Generally speaking, not good, yes.
Not good. All right. That's all I can find, soldier. I think this is everything we need, at least for now. It doesn't seem like without first-hand accounts, we don't know anything else. This is old information, so.
So looks like we might be writing a book.
Oh, you wrote one before, so.
Yeah, but that was
Good luck.
that wasn't this type of.
Good luck.
I'm not a scout.
And I
don't do
head back.
cartography, mapping.
It's fine.
So what are the other two doing in this time?
You want to go first, Bella?
I'm deciding if Burlock would understand that getting his weapon silvered would be a good idea.
We already suggested.
Been
it.
We
mentioned.
did suggest it.
It's been mentioned. If that's the case, then I would have spent my time trying to find a silversmith and getting my weapon silvered as much as
I would
possible.
say for every weapon silvered would be 25 gold.
Yes,
That is with the discount.
I should be doing that. I should be doing that with my weapon.
How about bolts and like ammunition?
For ammunition, it is cheaper to do so. I would say it'd be 25 golds will get you 15 bolts.
15 bolts?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to do that.
25 gold.
I also need to
25
see
gold.
that money from the party fund, but I'll do that when.
We don't have a lot of money in the party fund.
It was
I had
spent on the drinking.
I think.
I had about
you're
300.
overestimating how much money's in the party
Mhm.
fund. We have more money
Oh,
on us. We have
I had a
60
lot more
gold in
on
the
me.
party fund.
After buying all that those healing potions, I still had like 300 gold left on me, at least.
Yeah.
So I'll be
So
getting my weapon silvered if
Be
possible.
sure to make a note of what weapons are being silvered, because that'll be important in combat.
Yes, it will. I'll just be getting my warhammer silvered.
Also, by the by, when magic weapons, Ash, you would learn this from this book. Magic weapons also bypass this resistance, which includes your artificer infusion.
Okay, never mind. I
So
don't need.
if you infuse a weapon with your artificer infusion, that will also act towards bypassing the resistance.
Okay, this is the question then. If I infuse, hold on, sorry. Go ahead. I'm gonna look something up real quick.
Without because my weapon's already infused from Ash.
Probably infuse
Yeah,
it.
that's not a permanent thing. That
Mhm.
needs to be reapplied every day.
Oh.
And
Mhm.
so Ash has only so many infusions
Yeah.
she can do at once, so she's giving out one of those every day to give you that improved weapon.
Okay.
You
So-
should probably get it silvered just in case I have to change it.
Yes.
I'll be getting it silvered anyway because this weapon is going to smash everything that has taken my weapon away from me for reasons. Which I
Ash, is there
shall
anything that you
explain
can
later.
make while we've got this time?
What are you looking to make?
I don't know. I didn't know because Ash can make stuff, but Didn't know what you
Can-
can make. If you can make something useful for us, we are going to hell. Just as a hint. But anyway, let's go
No,
to someone
look at
else's.
Anyway,
I'm looking at my stuff.
Yeah.
Store it.
okay.
Like,
What's Ava want to do?
Ava's gonna spend a little bit of time because she's technically still drunk. She's gonna try and sober up a little bit.
Make a con save.
You know, and hang out with Rhea.
do some girl talk.
For you.
Yeah. Say,
Ash sobered up a long time ago.
So that takes me to 79.
oof, no.
You're still you're trying to be serious. You're trying to be serious, but your delayed reaction is making it difficult. You can like be serious. It's not, but you're still taking an extra second to process things,
Yeah.
which is distracting. But
So, yeah. When
it's not as if you're drunk, you are incapable of being sincere. It's just
so what's Rhea doing?
she looks like she's in thought or in prayer. She goes to find a temple in this place, of which there aren't many. In fact, she does find a shrine to THORNE. Just there's a small sort of section set aside with shrines to different gods, little alcoves. No big temple, just little alcoves and shrines and little statuettes. And she finds one. She lights a candle and places it up and spends a while just sat in thought or prayer.
After a bit, because Ava goes with her. After a bit, Ava goes up to her. Are you okay?
No, I'm really not. But that's to be expected, I suppose. I talk as if I have so much purpose, but all the best I can hope to do is stab in the dark. I don't know how to save the city. I don't know what I can do. But I know I have to do something.
I know you can do it.
I'm just trying to think of answers, I suppose. I thank you, really, truly, Ava, thank you. I'm sure they have their reasons, but the others, Warwick in particular, that sort of skepticism, that sort of, I don't know, it just bothers me. Live their life how they want, but you've always had faith. You've always been kind to me. I thank you. You've accepted me for who I am as opposed to trying to improve me to something I'm not. And I thank you for that. It does mean a lot.
I mean, you're really cool, and quite frankly, I wish I was you.
Is it odd to say I could say the same for you? To be,
Yeah.
Manage to bring a smile in even the darkest of circumstances. To be able to shed a light in the darkness. Everyone could use a light in the darkness. And though the sun may be far from rising, every little star can help lead the way. So thank you. She kind of puts her arm around your shoulder and kind of gives you a sort of pulls you into a hug.
Ava
Thank
just
you.
happily joins in.
I need some rest. Once you're over the physical exhaustion, then emotional exhaustion just comes crashing down instead.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to lie down. convene in the morning, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, we booked rooms and stuff. I should probably. sort
Yes.
it out.
Quite. See you around. And
See
she
you around.
stands up and walks off. In the quiet, her footsteps echoing in the chamber.
Ava kind of just sits there for a minute, thinking. Before getting up and probably going to find where the others are.
Okay.
Mostly so that she can figure something out with silvering. A silver something.
Silver knuckle dusters.
Yep. I need to get her some knuckle dusters.
Punch daggers.
+1 to badass.
So,
Getting weapons silver too would be useful.
yeah,
but
so 25 gold per weapon.
how much for arrow or missile?
Arrows, so 25 gold will get you 15 silvered
Okay.
arrows.
Cool. Didn't know.
So I've marked on my sheet Warhammer one-handed silvered, and I've got a description silvered.
Yeah, no problem.
So
I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to remember that Warhammer is silvered, the halberd is silvered.
Mhm. Actually, for Ava, would silvered rings work for her?
I'm just trying to
Yeah, but knuckle dusters are.
Yeah, knuckle dusters.
Yeah, but if you have silvered rings,
the issue is that you're not providing an existing weapon to be silvered. You would have to have them custom made, which A would be more expensive and B would take a while.
For the knuckle dusters.
Yeah, because it's quite, to fit it to your finger, to fit it to your hand, and it's it's not the way. With silvering a weapon, you give the weapon, and they can quite quickly just put a layer of silver over it and sharpen it and sort of improve it that way. To create something from scratch is going to take a bit longer.
If it was made out of iron, with then silvered. But either way, I also can you fix this dagger that I've got? I picked it up. It's a little bit broken, and there was a jeweled ceremonial dagger which I picked
Wait,
up.
it's broken. Wait.
A broken ceremonial dagger.
Would mending work on that dagger?
If it, I don't know.
You
if
could
it
certainly
works.
try.
Yeah, I'd like to use mending if I can.
All right. You spend some time with the dagger, sort of hold the pieces together, and push out your infusion through it. You could feel the slight heat. The slight heat that you emanate melts the edges of the dagger together, and they fuse, and suddenly the dagger is whole.
Yes! First time I've used it. Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
wonder.
I was trying to get it forge welded, but okay, well that'll do. I'll just cross out the broken part of my
Now
description.
you can add a ceremonial dagger.
I'll just I had
and,
ceremonial dagger. I'll
just
just take the
as a-
broken part off.
Yeah. So it is, and as a reminder, it is engraved with these sort of many dragon heads, and there is some draconic writing on the blade.
Ooh, draconic. Yeah, it's fixed. All right.
draconic writing on blade. Free prize, bag of Krispy Kremes.
All right.
I'm just wondering, since we're in like a magical city, right? Instead of trying to get knuckle dusters, could I try and find something magical that I could use? Go up a peek around some markets and stuff.
You make an investigation check.
'Cause that
Can I
might-
give assistance?
It's gonna take less time.
Yeah. I would say, well, let's see. Okay, 17. You search around and you do find, you sort of ask around like some scholars, like stuff for monks, stuff for brawling.
Mm.
You don't get much info about items, but you do find you are directed towards a sort of almost like a training manual. And you kind of look through it, and it describes a way to use ki, the power within you that you use to fuel your strikes and give you these bursts of speed that you use to make your maneuvers and attacks. Use these strikes to empower your bare fist, your bare knuckles, to essentially act as their own source of power and magic, to do just what you're looking for. Not a item, not any sort of, but something that you can bring forth within your own ki with training.
How much is the book? Can I have the book?
Can you steal
Books
the book?
aren't for sale here. But you give it a look over, and you do see a lot of it is familiar, because from your own training, a lot of it is familiar, and you can kind of see how this might help. They will, if you want, you will have to spend the rest of your day doing this and go quite into the night, but they will allow you to make a copy. Can't take the book, but you can make a copy if you so wish.
Can I make a copy of the important parts?
Yeah,
Make
absolutely,
like a
absolutely.
Cliff Note version?
That'll. So, make me a. Roll me a. What would this be? So, just a straight. Because this would be a calligraphy set roll, really. But I'll say just make it a sleight of hand check to see how elegantly and how clearly you can write, trying to do it quickly.
Okay. It's gonna be in like,
Cliff Notes, shorthand.
yeah, because it's in like Cliff Notes and stuff. I can just picture it as kind of like Ava's version.
Yeah, sure. You it's a pretty good attempt. It's a good attempt. And you feel like you could probably do this training and get there somewhat soon.
Yeah. Like, Ava understands what it says, like what it means. No one else does.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like, what does she mean by whoosh, punch, what?
So it's got the
Fight the
sound
power?
effects in there.
Yeah.
I will say by the time you manage to search through, find the book, make a copy, it's getting quite late now. It's getting about sort of, the sun has already set. Particularly by the time everyone's got their silvered weapons, done your research, because this will take into account the finding the books, the reading through them, the committing to memory. It's about this time. It's getting quite late.
Go to bed.
Yeah, so you all head off to bed. You may take a long rest.
Yay, we get our
Yay.
buildings and
In your
spells we haven't used.
very cushy rooms.
Then my night's changing some stuff. I also tell Warwick, I'm sorry, not Warwick. I tell Burlock, your hammer is good enough, right? It's good enough for you.
Yeah.
I will need to. Fortunately, I don't think I'll be able to keep inscribing the runes every night. A couple of things I need to focus on tonight.
Of course. Thank you for your help.
Of course.
All right.
So, yeah. Change.
And I've just adjusted my weapon to remove that +1.
Sounds good. All right, hold on, but before we go to bed,
Yeah.
should I make an item?
If you want to, yeah. So what are you trying to make?
I have 5 items I have. Okay, so this is out of character. I just need to help everyone to help me decide. I have 5 items I can make, different ones. So I can make a bag of hoarding. I could do rope climbing. I could do sending stones. I could do an alchemy jug. There's 5 items that I'm thinking about making. Or I can just increase my way of attacking.
That's 4.
One of the 5. No,
Sending
one of the 5.
stones plural, like we all get our own phone.
No, it's only 2.
No,
Oh.
you get 2, and it's a
One.
1 per day use.
1 per day use.
But a bag of holding's always good.
Sending stone, it's either bag of holding or sending stones, because I
Mhm.
imagine, based on like the fact
But if
that where
you
we're
read
going,
rope
like
climbing,
timey
though,
wimey stuff is weird, we're probably gonna get separated.
if you think what rope climbing does. So rope climbing is really cool. If
Yeah.
you get a rope, you can make it go to the other side of a ledge and go all the way over there by itself, and it ties itself to the other part of the ledge. But it's really cool, but I don't think that's gonna be useful. We can just jump. So bag of holding or sending stones. It's one of those two. I was thinking about alchemy jug because it says you can make mayonnaise, but I don't think that's really useful.
Yes, the mayonnaise jug is always
Yeah,
classic.
we just need to have sandwiches.
I think a bag of holding is always good.
Okay.
And it allows us to bring more rations and more food if we're going to go somewhere where we don't know where we're going to have rations and food.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Sending stones would be really good too, but I think I need to make a bag of holding then. So
You commit.
I'm gonna-
All right. So overnight, you commit to this new infusion that you've been thinking about, and you know, you sleep on it, and in the morning, you put together the final touches, and lo and behold, you have this extra planar, extra dimensional bag now, which can store loads and loads of stuff. And you're pretty. This is damn good work. You're pretty pleased with this.
Better than the hammer, at least.
So.
and it's bright
The morning
pink.
the morning comes, and you find your breakfast tab already taken care of, with a note that says "courtesy of Silvira." And Fallister comes down and greets you in the morning and sort of directs you up and leads you up even further this time. It's a long, long walk right up to one of the pinnacles where there is a roost where there are a number of griffins and pegasus and other flying creatures, a couple of wyverns as well, sort of all in their sort of little pens, which leads out over onto a platform just out there in the open. Nothing but the air. And Fallister and Silvara are there, and Reyes meets you up there. Well, my friends, I suppose this is where we say goodbye. I will be entirely honest. I don't envy where you choose to be going, but you are very brave. I won't deny this. And I wish you all the best, all the luck that this humble spy could offer. Yes, indeed. So,
Can I
remember-
give him a hug?
he doesn't reciprocate, but he kind of like just pats your head. Thank you, my dear. No, but seriously, stay safe. I want to be seeing you guys again in one piece. And I'm holding you to that. Yes, well, remember, if you pull this off, if you truly pull this off, I mean, I'm sure there'll be stories, many more books filling this library with the tales of your exploits. I mean that most sincerely. What you have decided to attempt is quite brazenly one of a historical event.
Stupid.
So, truly, I wish you all the best. Good luck. May the gods of virtue be at your backs. May the wind be at your backs. And stay safe. And you are gestured towards these 5 griffins which await you. And you step on, and with a kick, they take to the air. And you leave behind the city of Candlekeep.
This is truly a stupid thing that we're doing.
The wind blowing from the sea. It is quite a spectacular view as you take in the vista of the Sword Coast. The city Candlekeep left behind you. In the far distance on the horizon, you see Baldur's Gate and the Kionthar River. Flying down past woods, past the coastline. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. The sky above, the land below, the blue and the greens. You take a deep breath, knowing that for at least a while, this may be the last you're seeing of this plane. Flying on, you approach sort of on the coast, slightly off the cliff. There's almost like a chunk of cliff has come off and is now floating, just suspended above the water. And rising from that, you see a tower. The very image of a wizard's tower. And you head towards it. And gradually the griffins come to a rest and land on top. There is a door waiting for you, and you make your way downstairs. You knock. There's no answer.
Hello?
Open the door.
You have visitors?
Bang.
You open the
Bang.
door, and it is unlocked. And you head through,
We're
and
not
you
trying to rob
see
you.
you see a very, very interesting place. A smaller version of that same sculpture that you saw before, spinning and turning around. You see books and papers scattered everywhere. You see a desk, a ticking clock in the corner, items and vials of jugs and alchemy, all sorts of experiments and magic circles inscribed. And you call out and you listen out for any sign of noise, and it's quiet.
Hello, we're not trying to rob you in here. We had an appointment.
Hello.
Traxagor!
Traxagor.
Traxagor, where are you? Traxagor!
You hear a rustle and a movement, and a skittering movement, and scurrying out from behind, just from behind a pile of loose papers, you see a tiny little otter in a red Cossack, and it sort of
Can I pick him up?
walks up to you, and you reach down. He says, "Keep your fingers to yourself. Hello, I was told by Severa you'd be arriving. Pleasure to meet you, Traxagor." And he reaches out this hand, this tiny little otter. Before you can even react, his two little hands grabs your forefinger and shakes. He goes up to each of you and says, "Yes, I was told, sending spell, that you would be arriving soon. And, I have lost my bloody tuning fork. So if you just, would you mind? I am trying to find the bloody thing. Tell you what, worse luck, constantly, always losing my bloody tuning forks. It's almost like some kind of curse. Bear with me." And he scurries off.
Curse, right.
Kind of curse, a bit on the nose, but alright.
So cute.
Yeah, can we help looking for his tuning fork then?
We are not adopting a pet, whether it's a
Yep.
otter or if it's a flying cat.
Everyone make an investigation check.
I want to fail this so badly. 0. 19.
Okay.
I'm very reluctant on doing these rolls. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
Warwick, roll me a D100.
What?
Only
Is that
one I
actually
can do
Yes.
100.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Something you get for failing this? Oh, yes. He dies.
Wait, have we got Dalwak? No, I haven't. Damn.
Okay, 15. You don't find. You searching through. You find a small copper feather, which is strangely out of place. You have a look and weird. However, Ash, you search around and your foot kicks something and you hear a ding! And you look down and right there you find a small tuning fork.
Oh, I pick it up. This is... Otter.
Tracks to go if you wouldn't mind, but thank you ever so much. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. And he kind of grabs it off you and holds it. Says, now, I mustn't lose these bloody things. I tell you what, I was on an excursion in the Feywild, and some bloody satyr stole my tuning fork. I was stuck there for months, would you believe? Months. All right.
Pockets? Pockets.
Pardon?
If you had pockets, you could store them.
Unfortunately, nothing's quite big enough, but I do have, and he kind of reaches and he scurries around this place is an absolute pigsty. It's a mess. And he scrolls around, he finds a bag and drops it in. See? Extra dimensional. My specialty. And,
Pocket.
right. Yes. Can I interest you in some tea? Just before we go. There's someone, you're going to Avernus, correct?
Yeah.
There's someone
Yes.
interesting. There's a very interesting person I think you should meet. I think we should do it over some tea. How's that sound? I have the most marvelous tea you've ever tried. It is from a place. It's from a sort of extra. It's from a hard to explain. Different prime material. Place called Eberron. It's some of the finest tea you've ever had, and I would love to share it with you because, my goodness, it is.
Is it alcoholic?
It is not.
Who
No.
are we meeting?
You'll find out very soon. Lulu, we have guests. Just bear with me a moment. He scurries off.
Why does everyone offer us tea in this place?
All right, just to make sure I'm not completely and utterly drunk and I don't notice. This is an otter, correct?
No, it's a human.
Talking otter.
Talking otter.
Yes.
Okay, good.
At this point, he kind of like leans back from the doorway. Former human, current otter. I'll tell you it over tea. And he scurries off.
Told you, I was right.
Fair enough. Just yeah, you know what? Tea. I like the sound of tea.
It's not alcoholic though.
We're talking to a former human otter.
Currently,
I don't
otter.
think alcohol is going to fix this problem.
Depends what's in the alcohol.
Oh, I think we've taken enough drugs for today. It's fine.
But if we relax, it would help the journey much better.
We're going literally to the edge, to lack of a better term, hell.
Well,
Yes.
this is probably going to be last time we can have tea for a while.
Okay, but I don't know what the whole fascination about tea is. Really don't.
It keeps you warm.
But it doesn't.
It's almost
not
as if
alcoholic.
coffee hasn't been invented yet.
Oh. Let's see.
Where is my
But I really hope that got caught on camera.
Hmm?
My cat did like the biggest yawn.
So as you're waiting, he returns, and there's there's a tea set, a tray with a tea set just floating next to him, and he kind of waves his hands, and a table rights itself up, and plonks itself down, and some chairs sort of pull in and like catch you under your feet, like you're suddenly sitting down at the table, and the tea kind of lands and it pours itself out in different cups, and he kind of pulls up like almost like one of those cat things where it's like a long, like a clap. What do you call them? The cat playing grounds, where they
Cat tree?
no, not cat tree. Yeah, but it's like just a single one with a sort of chair on top. And he scurries up it, sits
Scratching
down.
post.
Yeah, something like that. It says, right, Lulu will be here any second, and I believe she will be accompanying us. I'm not staying. That would be very bad. But Yes. She is a fascinating individual. Please, Trace.
So
And-
she's travelling with us.
Yes.
It's the
We'll
first
find
I've
out.
heard of it.
Burlock just grabs the teacup and just daintily sips it. Little pinky finger icon.
It's really good. It's
Oh.
really good.
Oh.
And you don't hear anything. You hear a gentle fluttering. And you kind of glance over to where the sound is coming from. And if you thought this also was a strange sight, then what you see next just completely baffles you. With wings flapping and covered in golden fur, you see what looks like a tiny, well, not tiny, sort of a cat-sized flying elephant.
Right.
Covered in golden fur, tusks, and flapping. It says, just in time. Everyone, this is Lulu. Lulu is what's called a Hollyphant, a sort of celestial kind of creature. And
Don't
she
get
Spell
trapped in
that in chat,
shields.
please.
kind of flies up.
I take a moment to look at the tea going,
How do you spell holy font?
Like elephant, but with holly at the beginning.
Congratulations, you've been asking for an actual mascot.
Or pet.
Oh,
And
okay.
flying at that.
Congratulations.
You hear a voice. You hear a voice in your head, all of you. And you hear this sort of soft, "Hello, pleasure to meet you."
Hi.
It can. Wait. Otter. It can speak?
I mean, it has telepathic abilities, but it also speaks celestial. Yes. I mean, after this, you'd truly be surprised.
Burlock just looks down at the tea and goes,
I think it's
Shrugs.
the tea.
There's nothing in the tea, believe me.
Already in hell.
it's
Yummy
good tea though. Very good tea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Lulu, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself? And again, you hear this voice, kind of ethereal, almost echoing in your head. Okay, so, my memory is almost all gone. I don't remember much, but I was with Zariel when she first went to Avernus. And I need to come with you because I need to know if she's completely gone.
Well, from what I hear, she's there,
Wait.
but if you're talking about
Not-
mentally, or
The Zariel that I knew gone.
was the Zoe that you knew into creating contracts to take people's souls and...
I don't remember. I don't. So I remember a sword. I remember someone hiding it with me. But that's it. I escaped, but I don't remember how. And I'm just looking for answers, and I can help. I know I have a few things that can help. And I can make myself glow, and she kind of starts glowing this sort of light, and it goes off.
Wow, a drift globe.
I can do more, but I can't remember. I know that sounds terrible, but I would like to come with you.
We'd be happy to have you along.
Yay!
Sure.
Thank you. And it kind of like flutters up and down.
Love it. Can I have a hug?
Could you just say one thing for me and I'll be happy? Can you say hey and listen?
Hey, listen.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. Mr. Traxagore, where will we be going? He says, soon, my dear. Just as soon as we finish this tea.
I thought we were going
Right.
tomorrow.
So what can you tell us
it's
about the
early.
plane that we're going to? What, have you been there
Furthest.
before?
I have, long time ago. But bad place. Very, very bad place. You need to be very vigilant. Always be on your guard. Don't drink the water. The river water, very bad. Just avoid everything if you can. Like, if you were me, I would avoid going there. But, I've been called in to do a favor, so I guess I'm taking you there.
Ash, did you say you could make a jug that has water for us?
I can only do a certain amount a day, but I can. But
Just
keeping-
if we can't drink the water, we might need some. I mean, all my supplies are, well, I don't have supplies. Does anyone have supplies? I thought there was a
Did we
meeting.
pick up supplies before we left the city?
I'd say you could have done, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I've
I
still
mean-
got, like, as I said, I've got a lot of rations.
And
which I
if
picked up
if
from-
if any of you would have forgotten, Ray would have remembered.
Yeah.
So you can set yourself up.
we'll
I would
start
say with a month's worth of rations,
Yeah.
probably held in the bag of holding.
Yeah, do you want to put that in the
It's
bag
like-
of holding?
All my supplies are alcohol, and that's about it.
So I'm gonna
No, probably
put
not a
the-
month. Probably 2 weeks. I'll say 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm gonna change the treasure ledger to bag of holding then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good idea.
I'm gonna shove everything in the treasure ledger in the bag of holding.
So I'm just gonna change it to that.
And like having more health potions and things like that. We're totally gonna die.
Right.
There it is for the episode. Take a drink.
So, how this is going to work, we need to all gather in a circle, and I will use this tuning fork and a powerful spell to plane shift us down to the city directly. Any questions?
Which city?
Elturel. I mean, that's what Silvira told me.
We want to get as close to Elturel as possible.
Easily done. I
Oh.
can get you in the city itself.
How do we get
Right.
out?
Mr. Dwarf, I see a burning question on the tip of your tongue. Ask away. I promise I won't be offended.
Alterel's in hell.
That's where
Correct.
we're going.
Avernus.
Yes.
And you are going to plane shift us to Alterel in
Yes.
hell.
Hell.
Yes.
Is there any more tea?
Yeah, lots.
And
If
See,
I
Grabs
didn't
the-
realize we were
Floats
going
over.
to hell.
yeah,
Yeah, I knew we were going to hell, but city in hell?
Cities in hell.
if you're not going to get
Yes, calm
offended,
down.
please, Otter, like human, how?
I was waiting for that question. So I was polymorphed, and to be frank, I preferred it. See, my old body was this old, geriatric, arthritic, incontinent old human man, and that was boring and uncomfortable and indignified. So I used a wish, and now this is permanent, and it's much better.
Right. Okay.
It's cute.
Do I
You look good as an otter.
I know what wishes
Thank you.
are, right?
make an Arcana check.
Oh my.
If that happens to me, please don't. Please get me back from the Otter, please. Just
Even if I could, I can't use that spell anymore.
You don't know. You have no idea.
I can't use that spell anymore. Funny, last time was to make this happen. So even if I could go back, I can't. But I don't want to. It's fine. It's fun. It's it's a good conversation starter.
What's the
That's
lifespan
something.
of an otter?
Ordinary otter, not very long. Archmage otter, vastly extended. So don't you worry.
All right, just making sure.
And
in case-
quick question. If we have to get out of hell in a hurry, How can we contact you?
Sending spell could work, if that was possible. Sending spell can go via different planes, so that's always viable. There is also, no, that's it.
Okay.
I mean, unless you actually, I might. No, the thing is, I could give you a scroll of plane shift, but I would also need to give you my tuning fork, and then I couldn't get out. So no, that's not an option.
So pretty much it's
tuning
Well,
fork. No,
no.
you just give me ascending and try and be somewhere safe, and I will do my best to find you.
Well, none of us know sending is the problem.
that's the catch.
Does our Hollyphant friend know sending? Like, can be taught sending?
Remember?
You look at her, and she. I don't remember.
That's what I
Sorry.
thought was the
I
answer.
know. I really know that's not very useful, but it's as frustrating for me as it is for you. I don't
Hey,
remember
Lulu,
anything.
Lulu,
Yeah.
try and send something to my brain. Send
How's
like a
this?
thought.
That's what I'm doing. I've been doing that.
Dude,
She speaks telepathically.
Just
Oh
words.
yeah,
Just words. Words.
that's right.
Do you have?
does your species
Yes.
drink?
Lulu calling human girl.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
No,
Thank you,
we
though.
have to bridge now. We need to figure out.
It's a pretty
we're gonna
important
contact
bridge.
back. Very important.
It's going to a place without having a way back. Well, there's a way back, but we can't contact the ride. We can't contact the Uber
I might.
coach.
A
Might as
scroll
well.
of sending?
Yes. We're great minds think alike, Dwarf. Brilliant. I will go and find one. See if I can find one right now. Make yourself comfortable.
I think I saw
And
one on
he
the floor.
scurries off. Yeah, and he starts like rummaging through like piles of paper, and let's see how he does. Yeah. Takes him a while, and it's growing increasingly frustrating. But then eventually he kind of like with a almost like one of the dog kind of jumps out of a pile of leaves. It's kind of pops out and like papers scatter everywhere. He says, holds up a scroll. One scroll of sending. And he scurries over. Here you are.
Nice.
Takes it. Thank you. And thank you for the tea. It's really great tea. Eberron, you said?
Yes.
I shall have to go to this tea shop. Run.
Be very difficult. It's a different prime material plane. Meaning, do stop me if I get boring, because I can talk about this literally for hours. So there's different prime material planes. There's Eberron, there's Dragonlance, there's a brand new one just discovered called Exandria. Very exciting.
Stop. Boring. Stop. We
Okay.
should probably get going.
Duly noted. Right.
I thought it was fascinating.
It's boring. You just haven't drank enough tea yet.
So, if everything's all good, shall we make some final preparations and be on our way?
I
This is it.
think
Hello.
so.
Back out.
This is probably the least prepared, the least planned expedition I've ever had.
Well, you came back from those. Why not?
Oh, I hope you're good at improvising then.
It'll be fine.
I'm more of a strategist, planning in advance.
Well, then you will be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Wait.
And then he kind of looks.
We've got no supply lines.
Oh,
we've got
where
no-
did I put that fucking tuning fork? Shit.
We've got
It
a
was,
map.
it was in your bag of like holding thing.
Yeah.
Yes. And he kind of comes
No
around.
supply lines. We have a map at least, but the map's dated.
Right. Everyone gather around.
Well, okay.
Apparently, that's what we do.
Ah,
All
Let's go start
Gather
singing
round.
songs.
And he sort of mutters a few symbols in the air, and then he strikes the tuning fork against the ground. And there's a sucking feeling almost like your body is being pulled through a gap which is too narrow for you. It's like, and then there's flashes of light and color. And then suddenly, the sky is red. And you find yourself standing on the streets of a ruined city. Above you, you see the companion, now black and lightning arcing from it. Around you, a yellow light suffuses the horizon, and you hear below you the sounds of carnage. The city is in ruins, split apart, suspended over a giant river, with chains leading down to pillars which gradually sink ever further down. And you, from your vantage point, you look over to the horizon and you see bodies. Endless, horrific forms, twisted spines and claws and maws, clashing against each other, blood and ichor flying, filling the air and sounds with screams. Above you, you see countless winged shapes scootering around, flying, colliding in midair. You're in the deep of it now. You are in Elturel. You have now descended into Avernus. And you hear a scream. You spin around the entire party, and you see, running in your direction, two figures, one tall, one short, being chased by a mob of angry devils. And that's where we'll end it for this session.
Okay. Alrighty. Yay!
Oh.
Made it. Oh god, this is bad.
Yeah. Hi.
Did anyone get healing potions from the city in their rations and supplies? Because we're screwed.
Can we say retroactively, if people need to buy stuff, they can?
Yeah, I'll say
Thank you.
you could have spent some time in Elturel to do that.
I kind of needed some
that's
time.
kind of key. Yeah.
Things got rough
Also,
again.
because I wanted to hurry this one along
Yeah.
so we could get
Yes.
it ready for next week, so we get the new. Next week
Yes.
we'll have 2 new players.
Oh my god,
yeah.
really?
That's
2 new
No.
players? Ah, that's
For
a
an episode
massive
until they get
announcement.
killed.
I wonder who these 2 new figures running over here are
That's a
gonna be.
massive announcement. Wow.
Wow, just throw it in there.
Just,
Alright,
just 2
easy
new
enough.
players?
Oh
mean-
no, really?
Wow.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh,
Does that mean 2 of us are leaving?
no.
Can I call dibs?
gosh.
See ya.
Can I vote people
mean, if
off?
you
Is
want-
this like the island?
If you
Of
want to
Elturel?
know power, you can literally just walk off the edge of the city, and that'll be the end for Warwick.
Yeah, that's more character.
Easily
right there.
done. Wow.
Can
Warwick
someone
is
like
go-
edit me fading out of existence? Just
Yeah.
I'm working on some special effects, but yeah.
Be like. Oh, it didn't work because of the computer light.
See,
Alright,
it's more like having the control is doing that. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. They're all gone. Oh, then I need to mute them, but they'll
Alright.
do that. Oh, we're back. Oh, wow.
wow.
There we go.
Wow.
Nice. Oh man. Okay.
5
you-
years later.
You all level up to level 5.
Yay.
Yes!
Hey.
I was just about to say I need to change my cantrips. Oh my goodness, I am so screwed.
We are so.
I-
So-
How do I
Which
get it level
means-
5? Hang on.
Extra attack. I think majority of you get extra attack.
Oh, see, I was
Nice.
gonna go like maybe a
Unless
different
you multiply.
class.
Unless you multi-class.
Ooh.
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 I
sound
won't probably
effective.
know that until next session, or which class I'm going to end up being.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean you have to roll your hit points at the start of next season episode then?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay.
It could be. It could still be a D10 with a different class.
Oh.
Mhm.
It could be very different.
Yeah, if we're leveling up, I would like to roll my hit dice first.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone, if you want to roll hit dice now, by all means, go for it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I usually
Beep,
prefer at the start of the session, but yep.
Let's
We got
go.
hit dice.
Nice.
That's 2 12s in a row. Yes.
Wow, you've got so much health.
Wow.
I have 52 now. Yes. Let's
Wow.
go.
I'm up to 35.
I'm
Not
so
too bad.
thick.
Time 4. I will roll now, but it may be like this is for two different. This is for multiple classes. Of what could it be? So I will roll
You're
now.
considering a class with this, like probably charisma too. Are you gonna be a bard?
There's options. So I'll be open about it. There's options.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
fighter. There's the one I'm currently at, which is paladin, even though I'm not really paladin. And there's also sorcerer.
Just what?
Oh, no, sorry,
What?
sorcerer.
With
Maybe something else. I don't know.
Oh, my martial
if
arts.
I want
dice
to,
goes
I'll just bear in mind what you get at level 5 paladin.
I know.
Guys, my
Does
martial
it-
arts
that's-
dice goes up.
That is a tough one to
God.
miss. That's a tough one to delay.
I know. Yeah. There's only one thing though, really. But that one thing's a lot more attack power. So
That
there's
thing
options.
is huge.
But I will roll, because these are the most likely class I'm going to do, which is D10. So let's roll that hit dice right now. What the hell was that? No,
You're
that is not a D10.
Oh yeah, sometimes Roll20 resets the hit dice number for some reason, which is frustrating.
Just
You
making
need to
sure
hit the
it's-
re-roll once.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
You can re-roll ones.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at
Finally.
all.
Haven't been going well.
Decent rolls this time round, and a really fucking good roll from Ash.
I got 2 good rolls in a row, by the way.
That
My last
brings-
roll was
Yep.
like another 12. Yeah.
Yeah, that brings me up to
proficiency bonus
44.
goes up too.
Oh my
No.
goodness, I have more health than you do.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Oh
That's
my
why I'm like, shit. Haven't been rolling well. And I've got con too.
I'm gonna change my magic stone, by the way, my cantrip. It's gonna change.
Yeah.
Now
'Cause
that I'm scaling.
it doesn't
Yeah.
scale anymore.
Crap, they're good.
So
Oh god.
instead of us doing this on stream and going through the character upgrade, we'll finish the show
Yeah.
and we'll say goodbye. We'll probably do a raid as well. And then we'll be here for about 5 minutes doing what we're going to be doing anyway. Thank you for
good.
tuning in. Thank you for watching. Just thank you for, hopefully you enjoyed everything. Thanks for coming in. And we're now in hell. With no provisions, no lifeline, no nothing. This is the no plan.
This is where the campaign gets fun.
This we have nothing, and we just went to hell with no preparation because some high and mighty person, Raya, wanted to go.
You could have backed out at any time.
Hey, I wanted to go too.
I know, but you're only going because she's going. And there was alcohol involved. But come back next week. We'll be having our Goblin Lord show. We'll also have, as a 2 new characters, 2 new players coming in. That's amazing for this show.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I might also be doing, because we hit the 500 follower mark overnight. I'll try to arrange to do a choose your own. It's not a choose your own adventure, but it's a solo campaign or solo one shot. Cthulhu solo one shot, and we'll
Something
do
like
that
that.
in the one before, where we'll do it with chat. Essentially voting and doing polls for all the options. So it's really fun. We've done it before when we did the birthday stream. So we'll do that on the day between the two and see if we can have some fun with that. It is just a really different way of playing because you get to play. I get to do a lot of reading, yay, and you get to play. You get to make the bad decisions for me and see how bad we can go. Last time, I ended up being burnt at the stake. Because that's how it went.
No, you don't cook. You don't burn your steak. You cook it medium rare,
No, I
some
ended up
people
being
like well
burnt at
done.
the stake.
Some
and those
people-
people should be killed.
Some people want their steaks well and truly cooked. I know some people who eat steak like that. I also know people who eat it blue rare. So
Medium rare.
So that's what's happening next week. I know I haven't been doing a lot of Let's Plays though. Generally during the day I have not been well. So that's kind of why we haven't been doing a lot of stuff during the normal show times, the advertised show times, because I haven't been well during the day. I've been doing it in my night time instead. That's kind of why the schedule's a bit weird at the moment, but we'll see what we can do. MLP?
All right. Well, I am ML. I'm a slide producer. I hit blocks on VR every night around 10 p.m. I've been taking a little bit of a break lately just to give my arm a bit of a chance to recover because, hey, I do this for about 3-4 hours all the time. I'm surprised my arms haven't killed itself yet.
5-6 hours sometimes.
Depends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I also have been playing BURLOCK, UNGUART, the Dwarven Barbarian. Emmy?
Hi, I'm Emmy Rabbit, but you guys can call me Emmy. I've been playing Ava, the human monk. The session's been a lot of fun. If you want to see more of me, you can find me over on twitch.tv/Gathering of Nerds, where we play tabletop RPGs. At the moment, we're playing a lot of board games using Tabletop Sim. We're kind of other projects in the works. It's a whole nerd channel, basically. We do nerdy things, and there's always it's always lots of fun over there. So yeah, it's been fun.
Will?
Yes, hello, I'm Will. I've been playing ASHE, the Fire Genasi. It's been great. I'm sad this episode's ending, but I'm also very happy that we have 2 new characters coming in. I'm very excited. They're going to be very fun, I've heard. They are amazing characters that I've heard. And they're amazing people as well.
Just before this game, I ran a one-shot for them, just to sort of introduce them to the campaign and the setting, and get a feel for their characters. It's going to be really, really cool.
Nice. Awesome. That sounds great. But yeah, you can catch me streaming every day except Thursday and Saturday. I stream mostly Battlegrounds. We've been doing variety lately. And it's been a lot of fun. Come watch me panic building hospitals and doing other stuff as well.
I will say the hospital stream was hilarious. That stress, like when watching you play Hearthstone, you're just super quick. You know what's going on. Even when you're losing the game, you're just super quick and calm and know what's going on. But watching you do Sim Hospital was hilarious. The simple thing. Which is, why is this person dying? Why is that person dying? What's going on? What's going on? No,
I have the best example for that. Why is this person dying? America.
It's about the healthcare, exactly. Yeah, so I stream on every day except Thursdays and Saturdays. It's a lot of fun. Come join in. On Fridays, we drink a little bit and we have fun. We just talk to each other and chill out. So sounds good. And then Marco, I believe, yes.
Yeah, is everyone else good? Okay, yeah, I'm Skyblue Shinx, aka Marco. I've been your dungeon master for tonight. Follow me on Twitter at Skyblue Shinx. Follow me on SoundCloud at Skyblue Shinx. I make music. Yeah, I am really excited for where this campaign is going from now. Like, up to now, the campaign's kind of been just like the intro. This has been the build-up, slow build-up. Now is when it gets, and I'm not being facetious here, it gets really, really good.
And yet all the times we've almost died and I've been enjoying it. I've been loving it.
It's been great.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm loving the characters, and I'm interested to see like the new characters and what dynamic they bring to the group.
Oh yeah.
I would say there's going to be some sparks flying, but that's not always a bad thing.
It's already getting.
There's possible. I don't know much about them.
We need some new blood.
Well, you've been here for 2 years. Marco's been here for 2 years. Emmy and Mr. Live Producer, what, 8 months, I think?
Yeah, about that.
7, 8?
Wow.
Yeah.
That means I'm up to 35 speed now.
Well,
Hold it, not 35.
Well, I've been subscribed for 9 months.
Been subscribed? Okay.
No, I am right. I am now like 35%,
You've probably
35 speed.
been here for like a year.
But where can we find you, Marco?
I just said
you did say
Skyblue
that.
Shinx on Twitter.
Okay, I am losing my mind. I could have swear.
It's because you've been streaming all
I
day
think
before
you need
the
to go to
show.
bed.
Maybe.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, sure. So thank you, everyone. We'll do a raid, and yeah, I think this campaign's getting a bit weird. It's getting a bit dark, but we're going to probably just die. So yeah.
Who are you raiding?
I'm going to find someone to raid right now. That's what I usually do it during the thing. Usually do it during the thing. Well, that's a big thing. That's muted now. Zombie Orpheus. Zombie Orpheus is always amazing. Oh wait, no, Jurymon is doing stuff. Crap, we'll raid Jurymon. Jurymon did the art for our original stuff for the stream. She's a great local artist down in Melbourne, and she's doing an art stream right now. So we're going to jump in and stream her. We do have a raid. So if you click on that in chat and paste that when we raid Jurymon, because Jurymon's amazing. If you're not subscribed, just don't worry about the last part of the hearts. But we're going to raid Jurymon. So thank you everybody, and bye.
Bye.
Catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.